Sometime I'm gonna take one of you volunteers.
The volunteers! You have to wade through Irish blood!
They're out volunteering today.
So I volunteered for a joint task force.
Join a growing army of volunteer workers on my campaign.
I need a volunteer to carry the BAR. Drop your gear, Seco. I'm taking the medic.
You're screwing with me, Dad.
No, sir. I volunteered.
Do you need the loo, Bridget? No, I want to volunteer.
Sometime I'm gonna take one of you volunteers apart and find out what makes you leave school and join the army.
The volunteers! You have to wade through Irish blood!
There, Martha. Where are Cole and Bart? Oh, they're out volunteering today. Picking up trash out on the highway.
So I volunteered for a joint task force. Sat outside the Ravenite in a surveillance van.
Challenging you right here and now to join me, to join a growing army of volunteer workers on my campaign. Let's send Greg Stilson to the United...
Get up!
I need a volunteer to carry the BAR. Drop your gear, Seco. I'm taking the medics.
Thank you, sir.
Just cooperator.
You're screwing with me, Dad.
No, sir. I volunteered. I ain't got no problem with wearing my uniform.
Anybody at all? Do you need the loo, Bridget? No, I want to volunteer. Hashtag let's do this.
We'd like you to test it.
Any volunteers?
Well, I should have volunteered to take your place in the first games.
Stay in line there.
More than 100 men volunteered for the job.
Disappear. You're good at that. Or stay and volunteer for protective custody.
During our stay there, we were told that some of us would be permitted to volunteer as carers. But apart from that...
Up the box and showing everybody that it's completely empty?
Now we're gonna need 12 courageous volunteers.
I'm gonna take sweet little Fluffy here and...
Sonny, so Codwell sent you?
Yeah, it's something we do at the house. Volunteer. Yeah, he said you gave the okay to go into your room, get your books.
Our militia company was sworn in, and I'm Corporal Peterson now, Ohio Volunteers. You won't be seeing me for a spell.
Dave, our station. Yeah. And we got volunteers right over here. They'll be taking your money, and they're going to be working around the clock for 2 days.
We appreciate your volunteering. You're a very good observer, Cole.
Thank you. We have a very advanced program.
You should have seen him, Grandpa Johnson. He was the reason I volunteered for Korea. That was a different war.
Engaged, it wouldn't have mattered. Because the war came. He was one of the first to volunteer. I hated him for that. I was selfish.
The men I trust, sir. That's a good answer. All your volunteers. Sandy!
Oh, was it John that sent you here?
I volunteered.
Why?
There's a chance to meet the legend.
I'll tell you something. It takes a special kind of man to volunteer for a suicide mission, especially when it's on TV.
Ask one of you to come up here and open the fair. Volunteers! Anyone? Oh. Eeny, meeny, miny.
Now all we need is a volunteer from the audience. Yes, young man, you'll do nice work.
We were all very moved, I think, when you volunteered for her at the reaping. Did she come and say goodbye?
We need a cleanup crew for afterwards. We need some volunteers for the... Oh, thank you, Earl. I appreciate that.
C2, I have 2 Delta snipers, Shikard and Gordon, volunteering to secure crash site 2. Over.
No, Super 6-2, negative.
came to me at the soccer game and she confronted me.
And you're both volunteers at Potomac Shores Elementary School, right?
I am. Well, no, I'm not.
Over dinner.
I volunteer our services to the Archdiocese. Now, each of you is a competent physicist, even though...
Very hard. Very hard indeed. Until we can arrange for new volunteers to be drafted.
Yes, sir. I heard two men talking about it.
Team is in Laredo.
Love Texas.
So our friends from Delta have volunteered to come along and will escort the marshals on the exchange.
Would like to volunteer.
Representing the ladies' auxiliary of the Volunteer Fire Brigade, we have a very beautiful quote, which is depicted on
I took your advice. I've been trying to put a story together.
Well, I have my volunteer shift and then dinner, but tomorrow, maybe?
Yeah, all right.
William, why did you sign on for this trip? You volunteered. Why? Never mind. I'll clue you in. You will...
Well below the line.
Mm-hmm.
I'll volunteer to be in the first group to go out.
Yeah, that figures.
As a scientist, I must concede that. I must volunteer that.
But for the moment, there was nothing to be done. There were too many volunteers, like me. Mostly it was mere hysteria. But there were men with better motives, men who saw...
You're in charge till I get back, Stanford. I'm going up to see the lieutenant.
Yeah, well, don't go volunteering for any patrols.
Who do I dig with, Sergeant? That's right, we got an odd man. Well...
I need volunteers for a scouting party.
Thank heavens. So sorry about the mix-up. Well, I'm Pamela Lowy, your volunteer with Faith-Based Charities, your resettlement agency. I'm going to take it from here, but thank you so...
Helen, another volunteer.
General Calrissian has volunteered to lead the fighter attack.
Good luck.
That's what we have left. And I need a volunteer.
Let's get it done. I'll fly it in.
No buttons, only for people who make
Would you like to volunteer?
Thanks. You're a good man.
There's a card there for the vet that I volunteer at. It's a charity. Tell them Betty sent you.
The book, so I'm assigning co-counsel. Any volunteers?
No.
Sam.
Of war. Volunteer or impressed man, veteran seaman or recruit, you are no longer civilians but sailors.
No, that's right. The Alliance starts the war, and then you volunteer. Battle serenity, Mal.
Company has got a full list of vacant houses. You got plenty of civilian volunteers. Obviously, this takes priority.
Why did my husband volunteer for a suicide mission?
Is that what you think we're doing?
All right, look. 10 days and you volunteer 2 Saturdays at the shelter. 8 days and 3 Saturdays.